I'll lead off. Oh, what is up? Oh. What is up, Echo Master League? Welcome to the second game of our doubleheader on this beautiful Tuesday night. Hope you enjoyed game one if you guys were there to watch that. It was a game between Lightning Discharge and Mystic. So we're having for you today the Omens versus CRUNK, and they have already started, I believe. All right.
Right off the bat, Omens with a nice quick 2-point here. Just quick briefing. Yes, we have the Omens versus CRUNK for this match, and we have Bucket, Festive, Panda, and Amalgamation, I believe, is a league sub for the Omens. And then on CRUNK, we do have two of our lovely production crew. We have Sweet Life and a Gaga Goose. And CRUNK, speaking of which, is going to very swiftly move in for another 2 points here, bringing us back to a tie game in just under a minute.
Yeah, and while we have a little bit of downtime here before the Omens goes for their offensive joust, I'm Finn Golfin on the mic, joined by my co-caster H Penny and Trod, of course, doing his beautiful camera work that he does every day. All right, Sweet Life is going to take possession here for CRUNK. Going to clear that one out. Oh, taken by Festive. Over to Panda. Goes for the three. Quick score here from the Omens to respond after that CRUNK goal. Beautiful stuff there from the Omens.
It's going very quick off the bat for this game already. Gonna see how CRUNK responds with their joust advantage once again. Yeah, it's a very, very fast action already in this first round here. Everyone looks like they are ready to go for this match. Dave is going to have that, getting that over into the Omen side, but Amalgamation is going to have that, get it passed over to Festive. Looks like it's going to slide off of the shield, unfortunately for them there. Festive still has the possession though. Everyone's down a little bit. The stack from CRUNK tries to come in, but they are double stunned. They are going to pick themselves back up there. So Festive is going to try to get the pass over to Bucket. Does not quite happen though. Ends up back in their possession once again though. Bucket has that, getting the swift pass over to Panda. Panda has an open goal and is going to take that three as quickly as possible. And that is going to bring them up by 6 points for the Omens.
I believe that's the second three there for Panda. Beautiful stuff here from the Omens, taking advantage of the lack of just a person in goal there for CRUNK on defense. All right, Gaga Goose and Sweet Life trying to dribble here. Little bit botched there. Bucket's going to take it. We'll see who gets there first. It's gonna be Panda. Panda, we'll see what they can do. All four CRUNK members almost in the goal there at some point. All right, it's going to be Amalgamation here with some time over to Bucket. Bucket down to Panda. Panda going for the shot. Ooh, off the target slightly. Amalgamation going to try to go for that one. Fast acts in preparation, but a lot of stuns coming out from the Omens to keep them back. Tries to pass it over to Festive. A little bit botched there. Oh, and not really sure what's going on here for Amalgamation. That's that league sub, what you want to see. Oh, taken by Zero. Oh, Bucket tries to get it back, but it ends up being cleared. We'll see who gets to it first. It's going to be Festive. Festive over, I assume, going to pass it down to Bucket. Ooh, tries to. A little bit hot there with the pass. A very fast pass. Panda over to Festive, and that's going to be a beautiful goal. 10-2 in favor of the Omens. Very interesting possession there from the Omens, but they're able to keep pressure and get the goal.
Omens holding their offense down quite tight. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's 8 points up, and we're like 4 minutes in. Is pretty crazy. Also, the steal from that joust advantage there. Omens, hard pressure coming in here. Festive is gonna move that, but Sweet Life with the save is gonna get that. Gonna try to get the clear out though. Not quite going to work. Panda sending that very quickly over to Bucket. Up for just barely away from the top pocket there, but not, or a bit too far for Sweet Life to reach to make the save. 10 points up. We're not even halfway through this round. Omens holding it down tight.
Brutal here from CRUNK. They're really going to have to figure out what they want to do. All right. Goose and oh, Sweet Light both stunned out. Not sure by who. I definitely saw the Omens player come forward and stun them both. Zero going to take possession here. Excellent counters here from the Omens. Gonna pass that down to Sweet Life. Up to Goose. Beautiful shot over Bucket. And it's 12-4, still in favor of the Omens. Still a lot of time, though. We'll see what happens.
Still plenty of time for sure. Omens now seeing our first just advantage here from them in a couple of minutes. See how they respond here. Festive is going to get that rollout. Try to get the pass over to Panda. Bounces around a little bit, but still ends up in their hands. Not too much pressure coming in. We have the stacks coming in from CRUNK, but Bucket is just moving it into it. There is no save to be made, though. If it bounces off the ding ring, which it does, it's going to end up back as a reset into Festive's hands. That stack pressure coming in from CRUNK is going to force the pass over to Panda. Panda sending it over to Bucket. Pressure coming in. Gaga Goose is going to get that and get the long clear into the Omen zone. We'll see who gets it first. Omens looks like they have their stacks ready to stop that from happening. Going to get it back out into the CRUNK side of the field. Panda still has possession of that, though, despite the pressure coming in from CRUNK. Amalgamation is going to try to get that. Again, another lovely save from Sweet Life. Very good work there on the defense side. Festive still has that possession, though. CRUNK can't quite get a turnover here, though, despite the saves and whatnot. Omen's offense is really, really tough to break through here, it seems. Amalgamation has that in their hands. Pressure coming in from Dave there. Gonna try to get the pass over to Panda, but maybe a little bit of miscommunication there. Still ends up in their hands, though. No one to stop them, despite their error. Festive has that coming up the clock. Another miss. That is unfortunate to see once again for them. Bucket holding on to that. Moving in once again. The pressure. Gonna pass it up over to Amalgamation. Swap over to Festive. Not entirely sure what just happened there. But Festive has that. CRUNK being careful with the pressure. Is gonna try to get that. Another save coming in from Sweet Life. See if they can make that into a turnover this time. And they can. Maybe going for the long three. Bounces off shield. Sweet Life and Gaga Goose in that stack together. Tries to go for the three, but just barely missing. That is unfortunate for them. Bucket is going to get that. Send it up over to Panda. Panda maybe going in for the long three, and it is in from half court. That is another three up for Omens. Wow, what a round already.
I know, this has been crazy. I feel like the Omens offense is almost acting as their defense. The amount of pressure and the amount of time that they're spending near that blue bubble is causing CRUNK to really be pressured and try to focus on these shots. Ooh, Sweet. A lot of stuns going out. Sweet Life's going to clear that one down. Ooh, bounces off the ding ring. Almost kind of went in there. Over to Festive. Festive going to clear that one out to Panda. Panda going for the long shot. Grabbed by Sweet Life. Sweet Life is going to clear that one back towards the area of mid-tunnel. Oh, Dave is going to go for it. Oh, but Festive slaps that one down. Festive going to go for it again. Going to try to find an open person here. Going to bounce off a lot of geometry. It's going to end up in the hands of Amalgamation, taken by Zero. Zero's pass is going to end up in the hands of Panda. Panda, we'll see what Panda can do here. Resets it back to Festive. Festive going to take their time here. The Omens have a lot of time to play with here. Over to Panda, going for the long three. Great save there. But I'm not exactly sure. It was either Sweet Life or Goose. Great stuff from them. Over to Festive. Festive pressured by the fast stack. CRUNK really likes these double fast stacks. Amalgamation up to Panda for the beautiful 17-4. And I think it's mathematically impossible for CRUNK to win here.
Yeah, we're in mathematical time with a minute left already. Yeah, Omens with a quite crazy lead of 13 points here in round one right now. We'll see what CRUNK has to do. See if they can maybe get some momentum to bring into round two here. Because this game is certainly not over, even if this round might be sealed. Festive has that right now, though, and they're keeping that possession. Panda is going to send that in, scoring them another 2 points, bring them up 19-4.
Yeah, the Omens here really with the momentum heading into round two. We'll see if Crunk can get like a really good three here would be good for their chances in round two, but we'll see. All right. Dave over 2-0. Tries to go for the three. That would have been one of those great momentum shifters, but it's going to end up in the hands of Sweet Life. Up over to ceiling, and it's going to be round one over in favor of Omens. And it's just been brutal in this round one for CRUNK.
Yeah, I think Omens just, yeah, I mean, 19-4. Wow. Yeah, that is a rough round one, and CRUNK not coming out with too much momentum to bring into the second round here. But second round is second round. I know it can tend to be a lot of the time where round one can tend to be a little bit more of a warm up, and you're seeing how the other team plays. Maybe CRUNK will have a comeback here, but we will have to see. But yeah, Omen's just really not even necessarily particularly aggressive, but definitely just a very strong offense. And I think a lot of the time, CRUNK would, like, Sweet Life had quite a few saves there actually. If you look at the board, 6 saves just in that round there, and Goose with one as well. Um, like a lot of saves, a lot of regaining of possession while it's on their side of the field, but not quite able to turn it into a full turnover where they are maintaining possession of the disc, and that is, I mean, that's really what gets you in the end, I think.
I think the Omens have really been studying how CRUNK has played. CRUNK really known for those double fast stacks, and the Omen's really able to read them well and figure out what they're able to do. All right. We're headed for the neutral joust here. We're going to see who wins this. It's going to be CRUNK with a quick headbutt. Goose is going to take that. Oh, tries to go for the immediate three. That would have really settled in their chance. Tries to go for another three. Too quick of a shot, though. Sweet Life going to take possession here over to 0. And it's going to be, looks like a self goal. Beautiful stuff here from CRUNK to start it off. Wow.
Speaking of momentum, yeah, CRUNK getting some definitely good momentum to start off the round here, though. Though we did see that at the start of the first round as well, so we'll see how they go, as Omens has a quite strong chance to respond here. Festive going to get a very fast pass over to Amalgamation. Amalgamation holding on to that. A little bit of pressure coming in from CRUNK. Gonna try to get the pass over. Gets it over to Bucket. The stack pressure, just as you were just talking about. Yeah, definitely coming in pretty hard. Amalgamation does manage to get that, though, as Goose just try to go for it. Very quick pass and swing for 2 points by Festive for the Omens, now tying us back up once again.
Yeah, those fast stacks, they're really good if they work, but if they don't work, they really leave you vulnerable because those two players, they're going to be out of position if somebody gets a pass off, and that's what we kind of saw there. Sweet Life going to pass that down to Dave. Dave pressured by Amalgamation. Oh, intercepted by Panda. Panda's going to bounce that one off the left wall. Oh, Festive tries to grab it, but it's going to end up in the hands of 0. 0 with Dave, and it's going to be an attempted dribble. A lot of people... Whoa! Shot there from Dave. I didn't even see it happen. Crazy stuff there. Wow. Holy crap.
Yeah, CRUNK is picking up their game a bit and trying to... They're being a little sneaky, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like they're being a little sneaky. Like, how they tried to do their rollout there, they went for the bottom. They just sneaking by, like, they just snuck that very quick goal. We'll see how the Omens respond to that there with how they've been playing a bit on their offense here, as Panda pushes in, getting the pass up over to Bucket. Bucket moving in, getting the cross over to Panda, who is going to just drop that straight into the goal. But that 3 for CRUNK is paying off because they still have that point up and they have the joust advantage here, so we'll see how they handle it.
That 1 point not only matters on the scoreboard, but psychologically, like having that extra point, especially off the 3, is really assisting this CRUNK team here. Oh, they're gonna go off the dribble. 0 and Dave. We'll see who gets there first. Festive's gonna slap it away. Ooh, Goose and Sweet Life. These fast stacks here from CRUNK is their speciality. Sweet Life gonna toss that one back. It's going to end up in the hands of Panda. Going to go for the long three off the ding ring. That could have been killer right there. Sweet Life going to pass it over. Ooh, almost intended for Panda right there. The pass from Amalgamation ends up missing, but Panda's going to grab it back. Festive's going to take it. Pressured from behind by the fast tag. Zero's there. We'll see how this goes. Inverted on the ceiling is Festive. Festive looking for an opening. Pressured by no one so far. Dave's going to pressure now. Ooh, and it's taken by Goose. Goose is going to clear that one out. A lot of time wasted there. I would have liked to seen some more things from the Omens there, but Festive is going to take possession back, and it's a beautiful shot there. That kind of clear from Goose kind of led CRUNK into a false sense of security. All those players went out of the bubble, and then the Omens got it back, and were able to capitalize.
Yeah, honestly, clears are easy to go for, but they are quite risky, and that's where I was kind of getting at before about just you have to be careful about your turnovers there, because if you just send a disc out and the other team has a stack ready to stop it from happening, well, you don't have the disc still. But we'll see how Omens handles this here, as they are pushing into the bubble once again. Amalgamation gonna try to get the flick down. Sweet Life right on that four. Once again, another save. Gonna get the swift clear off into CRUNK's end. It looks like they have their stacks right. Dave does hitch a ride off of their stack, though. Gonna try to get it from them. Not quite gonna happen, though. The stun and steal coming in from the stack, though. Dave has that, but the pressure coming in from Amalgamation, they don't see it coming as a stun and steal again. Once again, just a little scrum for the disc here. Omens regains possession here. It's gonna end up in CRUNK's side here, and they do have a chance here, but Festive is by themselves. Nope, here comes their teammates. CRUNK, they're just waiting for some pressure. Festive is just kind of walking this into the bubble right now, and is gonna pay off for them. There's not quite enough pressure on them, allowing them to slide in another 2 points. Now bring them up by 3 points, 8-5 in favor of Omens.
Still 5 minutes here to go. I assume CRUNK will stick with their stack-heavy lineup, but we'll see how it goes for them. Dave here, as you can see, they're going to go for the dribble here. It's going to be Zero. Tries to go for the three, kind of blocked by their own teammates. Sweet Life takes possession. Oh, and a beautiful three to send it for the equalizer. 8-8 here, and it's just those stacks able and flexibly get the goal there. What am I saying? All right.
I feel that. Yeah, no, but we are tied up again here. We're looking a lot closer. I'm gonna curse it by saying that. That's how it goes. But we are looking a lot closer than we were this first round here. And maybe it's a little bit of mistakes coming in here as Omens tries to get that pass, but CRUNK takes advantage of that. Moving in is a one-on-one between Panda and the two players from CRUNK, but it's not quite going to happen. Bounce around here. Goose gets that, tries to go for the top pass though, but Panda is on that, I believe it was, throws it out for the long clear, and they have their stacks ready on that too, waiting in the goal. 3 points coming in from Omens. Wow, what a little move there, honestly.
Yeah, that was brutal there from the Omens. CRUNK, I feel like, almost had a really good chance there. They just were played a little bit more patiently there. All right, we'll see what these CRUNK stacks can do. Ooh, and I saw someone try to stop that main stack, and that's going to end their offensive potential there. It's going to be Amalgamation who clears that one all the way into the CRUNK bubble. Oh, it goes in! That's brutal. 14-8. 6-point lead here for the Omens with 3 minutes to go.
You know, with how many times it's almost bounced into the goal in that exact same way, it was bound to happen once. That's another 3 points up for the Omens. No one there to stop that from happening. I mean, yeah, it's unfortunate when that happens. But CRUNK is going to be playing this one quite quick and fast, trying to get there before the Omens, and they have the shot, but Zero is not quite able to make it into the goal. Unfortunate for them. It's going to end up all the way in their side now. They both have stacks on this. Gonna see who gets to it first. Looks like Goose is going to regain that possession. Going to immediately go for the flick, though. No one is there to return that, so it looks like it's going to end up straight in Panda's hands. Panda going to move that down to Bucket. Gonna send it off the backboard for 3 points. And honestly, that is... I mean, that's the rough part that really gets you, and that's what I'm getting at, is Goose gained possession at disc, and then they didn't have anyone pressuring them, but they sent it straight out for an attempted clear anyway, and it led to a turnover once again. And I mean, yeah, that's really what ends up biting you.
Yeah, it's going to be hard here for CRUNK. We're almost entering mathematical impossibility range, but I think still possible here. We'll see. The time is ticking, though. Dave with possession, pressured by Festa from behind. Kind of a blind clear here, but the fast stack. Ooh, Sweet Life needs to make
Ooh.
this, and he does. It's going to be still 17 to 11. 2 threes here from CRUNK would assist their chances greatly.
I believe it is technically possible for them to get 2 threes in this time. However, there would have to be some pretty crazy moves. I would like to see it, honestly. If CRUNK can pull that off, please do that. I want to see a round 3, but Dave has possession of that currently. There's going to be a back and forth between Panda, Zero, and Dave here. It's going to just kind of bounce around. Amalgamation regains possession here. Amalgamation holding on to that festive, getting it. Again, Omens expectedly is taking this a little bit slower because they have a pretty big advantage right now. They probably want to keep that until they can make this definitely an impossibility. Panda just passing that back slowly over to festive, making much slower passes than they have been in the past year. They're going to send it down anyway, though, for the kind of slow, too, actually, and just take it in for a dunk. Now, for sure, sealing the deal. Currently
Yeah,
19-11.
that one's gonna seal the game here in favor of the Omens, and we'll see what CRUNK has here in the tank at the end. Sweet Life at the QB position. Gonna sling that one all the way downfield over to Goose for the 3. And that is going to end it here, ladies and gentlemen. All right.
And that is round 19-14 in favor of the Omens. Yeah, pretty crazy game, honestly. Omens just really taking the advantage there, I think.
Yeah, the Omens definitely got the better of CRUNK today. They really figured out how to counter those CRUNK fast or double fast stacks, I should say, between Sweet Life and Goose, and then Zero and Dave. It was a valiant effort from CRUNK, especially in that round two. But the pressure and the amount of offense that the Omens was able to provide really put the pressure on CRUNK. And although their defense was good, Sweet Life was putting in the saves here and there like crazy. It was just too much. Yeah, Sweet Life with 8 saves. That is insane. Wow.
Yeah, a lot of saves from Sweet Life there. Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's the thing. CRUNK, actually, their defense, really strong, honestly, in my opinion. And as you're saying, like those stacks, and they play those on their defense as well. And they when they work, they are indeed quite strong. And especially, I mean, Sweet Life hitting those saves left and right. But I mean, yeah, you gotta be careful with maintaining your possession, I think, at that point. Because I think that's what really allowed Omen with the Omens again with a very strong offense here to just pull that lead forward a little bit more, enough to get those points off.
Yeah, I think you're completely right here because like the Omens had almost double the possession time of CRUNK, which is insane. Yeah, CRUNK's strategy was definitely try to use the stacks to dribble it forward, try to find for openings, but they would only be able to do that a few amount of times. A few like set piece offensive engagements for CRUNK. A lot of their points came from kind of chaotic counterattacks rather than offensive jousts. But the Omens, they were able to do it in both scenarios, off the offensive joust and from chaos. So, yeah, I mean, just beautiful stuff here from both teams today. Huge thanks to you again, H Penny, for casting with me tonight. And then, of course, Trod on cameras. If you guys would like to join the production team, make sure to send a staff application. I believe it is on the website. and it might be on the Discord somewhere. I'm not sure. But anyways, I hope you guys have a fantastic Tuesday night. This is the final game of the doubleheader, so there is no more games scheduled for tonight to be casted. Have a great night, and we will see you later.
It's game on!
Starting match.
$15.